This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That was me having a stab at playing the final solo from the final song on what I think is one of the best, if not the best, certainly a contender for that title, live album ever recorded, Frampton Comes Alive. Yes indeed, a song called Do You Feel Like We Do, many guitar solos on that song, and that's the final one. And here's a little bit of an explanation about what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
Right then, let's take a look at what's going on in the solo. The sound I was using was this. Basically the Monster VH4 preset in Positive Grid Bias Amp 2. To be honest, that's my go-to lead sound most of the time. So, you know, I just thought it works in a majority of situations for a ballsy rock lead sound, so that's what I used. You can see there I also had a rotator thing on there as well, the basically a Leslie simulator. That's not in Bias Amp 2, it's from Guitar Rig. Usually what I do is I combine Guitar Rig and Bias Amp on the same track. I just install both plugins on the track I'm recording onto, and I use the amp models from Bias Amp combined with the effects on Guitar Rig. Nothing wrong with the amp models on Guitar Rig, I just prefer the amp models in Bias Amp, so that was the tone I was using. Onto the solo, it's played over a chord sequence that goes from a D to an F to a C, back to a D again, like this. Many times through that before it finishes on, you know, the main riff from the song. All of that sort of stuff. Anyway, what's he playing over the top of all of this then? Well, basically that D major chord. In the first section of the solo, you can really split the solo into three sections, I think. In the first section of the solo, he treats that D major chord as you would treat it in a blues, i.e. he plays a minor pentatonic or blues scale kind of thing over the top of it, you know. And the first few licks in the solo really do just kind of live in that part of the neck like this. So you've got, see if I can remember some examples. You've got all that kind of stuff. You can see it's all just basically coming out of that shape there, which you can take up to here. Or you can kind of go up to that extension there, you know, including the flat 5 in there as well to make it more of a blues scale. And that section of the solo culminates with this kind of lick here. and then finishing down there, something like that. But basically all fairly standard pentatonic blues scale kind of stuff. And at this point we move into the second section of the solo, which is really all about just slithering a scale up and down the third string. Basically, we're playing the notes in that scale. Well, the lowest note he uses is the D note at the 7th fret, then E, F, or F sharp, we'll come back to that, G, A, B, C, and then right at the end of that section he finishes on the D, an octave higher than this one here. So it's all this kind of stuff. That kind of thing there. And you'll notice as I came down here, I'm going onto the F sharp there, okay? But then I come down, I go to the F note there. Essentially, whenever he's playing over the D major chord, he uses the F sharp, which is in the D major chord. Over the other chords, the F and the C, that F sharp would clash horribly, so he doesn't do it. He plays the F note instead, you know. So you can look at these notes in terms of, you know, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D as D Dorian, or, you know, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D as, you know, D Mixolydian. And then, like the final section of the solo, really, he's just playing some sort of Chuck Berry-esque double stops on the top two strings, like basically kind of following the chord sequence. So that would be like a D, there's an F up there, there's a C, like that, and going like that. Really, really effective. The reason it's effective, just to get a little bit technical and geeky for a moment, is it's basically a three-part repeating cycle. Like that, okay? So you're getting that, but he's playing it in semiquavers or 16th notes, which means that you're getting a bit of a polyrhythm going on. It's kind of going 1E and 2E and 3E and... So that little accented slide up there is falling in a different position relative to the beat each time he plays it, which makes it sound interesting. And as I say, he just kind of moves that up to the F, down to the C, and then he plays through this section twice. On the first time, he plays, at the end of it, he plays a little D major arpeggio there. So A, F sharp, D, like that. Like that. Just a nice little effective D major arpeggio over the D major chord. Then he goes through it all again, you know, all this kind of following the chord sequence. And then when he arrives back at the D on the second time through that, he plays just a little Bo Diddley rhythm on it, you know. Like that, which is, you know, accented with the drums and everything, just on that D major double stop. And then, as I said, we round off with the main riff of the song. Before landing on the F sharp 5 and up to a G5, where the song really finishes. He does go off on a bit of a twiddly widdly widdly kind of cadenza there, but I shall leave that to your imagination. The main body of the solo is what we're dealing with here, and that's what's going on with it. So yeah, a lot of you know, really nice classic rock, melodic rock licks in here that really do sort of personify, you know, Peter Frampton's style. I think it really is indicative of what he does, and there's a lot you can learn from it. So go and have some fun with it. And as always, there is a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo and that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is, as always, in the description. It's only $3 or £2.50 a month, and you get access to all of these extra goodies that go along with these YouTube videos that I do. A massive heartfelt thank you to everybody who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. And that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Why not give me a like while you're at it? As always, don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we sit and have a beer and a chat about matters music and guitar related, or whatever else crops up. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I would love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.